they need to have MR12 BO1s, man. Like, it can change. It can change in a flash off the back of one eco win. They could get them in the game.
If there is a world in which it was going to happen, it would be the MR12 best of one realm, as you suggest. So, yeah, I mean, coming into this, the expectations wouldn't be super high, right? If they can find a win here in a best of one, it would set them in good stead. And it looks like we're going to be getting into the action here. We've resolved the technical issues. Thank you for your patience, guys. First game of the tournament is live. Party Astronauts versus the Mongols. Let's get into Nuke.
And look at this. We're going for contact toward Trophy already. There are 4 Mongols players waiting. And Wolfie could be in for a rude surprise. 9-10 kicks off the series and kicks off the tournament. Imzinho gets one more, but look at this. Infinite's hiding back box. And right now, the Mongols aren't really considering this being a possibility at all. How does he play this? It's very difficult with a USP. And that's what can happen. Oh, back's turn. The switch round from Senzu is ridiculous. And immediately it has spiraled.
Man, the Senzu Spidey senses tingle. For he had no reason at all to look behind him there. Just has a quick switch around, looks behind, and he finds Infinite. And Infinite probably can't believe what's just happened to him there. What a good way for the Mongols to open up here on Nuke. Winning that pistol round on the T side as well is a very good way to get into the swing of things.
Oh, that's painful for Infinite. I mean, the crazy thing is we just see that happen so often, and it can be hard to watch for sure. There we go. There's a switch around from Senzu's POV, and aye.
It's one of those things where it's not like he's got anything else to do while they shift walking down ramps. So you might as well just have a little peer in that direction.
Yeah.
Force buy in response here from Party Astronauts, looking to try and answer back immediately after losing the pistol. Scouts outside for Wolfie, upgraded pistols and an SMG. I don't mind the decision on the Force here for the CT side of Nuke. I think that the util is also very important for them when it comes to that first gun round. So even if things don't work out here, they're looking forward to the future.
Yep. They do have a first point of contact to deal with. That is Fang, but Blitz is too confident on that one. And you'd expect Mongols to be coming into this tournament absolutely full of that confidence. And I can't wait to see if they're going to prove it once again.
It's actually one of the points I've been thinking about is the Mongols started off as a team who were, as you said, whipping boys at most of the events they were playing. If they were at the Major, you were probably picking them, you know, IHC or the Mongols as your 0-3 team. They then kind of started moving into that position of dark horses where it's like, yeah, they could actually take a map off or even a series off of some very good teams. And now there's actually a level of expectation where you expect them to do well coming into a tournament, especially of this nature. So I'm just wondering how that favorites tag is going to be affecting a team like the Mongols who wouldn't be used to having that behind them.
Yeah, and of course, they came through the Asia closed qualifiers, of course, and since then, probably their ranking is high enough just to get a straight-up invite rather than have to go through any qualifier at all, right? That's how much they've pushed forward as of late, and they are, in general, very, very fun to watch. I want to give a shout out to the Mongols social media people as well. They provide some bangers nearly every single matchup, and yeah, I think the whole setup is just so enjoyable, and they're all incredibly likable as well, which is just adds to it. Scout and 5-7 will be saved. That is all for PA. We'll try and use it again on this following eco. Get a few scout tags, get the 5-7 up and running. Could be a world, but it would be an unlikely one.
Yeah, looking forward to the first gun round. That's where Party Astronauts are really going to try to draw the line in the sand. And if they lose that first gun round here on their CT side, it would be, well, quite literally the worst possible start for them. Let's see if they can find a bit of damage here. Just chip away at that T-side economy, which is already building up a little bit. Keep an eye on Blitz and Senzu on this T side here. They do most of the entry duties for Mongols. They love themselves a gunfight. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them getting into the thick of the action more often than not.
Okay, Wolfie has got a nice little wallbang with the scout there. Headshot as well to boot. Techno, holds down mouse 1, and he's helped out by 9-10. Good recovery. Teamwork, buddy system, all in place, and now Wolfie has to hit more of those wallbangs, but unfortunately, he's going to decide that an extra kill in the molly is his only choice. He does get that extra kill, but it's only that one. 9-10 will burn him out, and Mongols get their perfect 3-0 conversion to start off Jönköping.
Good to see some smiles there on Imzinho's face as well. The youngster, only 16 years old, and he is on the stage right now, looking pretty happy. which will certainly do a world of good for his confidence just getting into the event and settling down. As we do get into this first gun round, Wolfie's got the big AWP in play. There's all the util in the world that Party Astronauts could hope for as well. And this is where I'm looking to see if they can lay down the law and make a mark on the map. Fang, yeah, will be able to cross just in time. Thankfully, no early pressure. It's such a strong position to get in undetected as well. And Mongols love abusing Secret on the T side of Nuke, so it looks like Fang's just trying to disrupt that setup very early on and force them to, just kind of condition them going forward.
Yep. Six is in position to help out off Fang's contact. And yeah, you mentioned him, Xenia. I mean, when he first got added to this team, he very much looked out of his depth. It was very obvious in the tough roles he was put in that as a youngster, he was very nervy, put into anchor positions where you're just hoping you get a one-for-one from him. But these days, he has grown into those roles beautifully. 60 with the first, as I mentioned, helping outside, but straight away, 9-10 and Techno. 4v2. Off the back of that, Fang will finally deliver, but it's not going to be enough.
That's the biggest problem with Fang's position there in Secret, is he really wants to try and wait for the fight to come to him with players crossing down into Secret, and he isn't actually able to do much about defending Mini and helping his teammates on the A bomb site. And Mongols, well, just have a field day. Beautiful split in towards A. So much pressure mounting on that bomb site. They just collapse on the bomb site all of a sudden and demolish the defense. Ben and Fang really no option here but to try save the guns. Ben wants to carry the AWP through. Fang's position's made known. He doesn't have much health, so he's going to have to get out of dodge. And Mongols have had the perfect start here to their opening match.
Yeah, it couldn't be better. And this is what we expected for them as well. And what a catch that is from Senzu. Through the red box there near CT. AWP not going to be taken for PA. We've got some ultras in the crowd already. Welcome, my friends. Early in the morning in Sweden, respect that.
Yeah, Friday morning.
Indeed.
They've got their priorities straight, which I appreciate. Counter-Strike #1.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's see something out of the ordinary here from Party Astronauts in a round of this nature. They've got max round loss bonus behind them, so they can afford to upgrade some pistols, some SMGs. Of course, Fang carried the rifle through as well. I'd like to see them try and unsettle Mongols, get in their faces. Don't allow them to just play out their default, set themselves up, and then work into an exec. Take the fight to your opponents, like we saw them try to do in the pistol round. That seemed to me like they were trying to set the tone of the way that they were going to go about their business here on the CT side. And yeah, maybe something we could keep an eye on going forward. A bit of a setup here towards ramp right now. I was kind of hoping that Fang would take some initiative here in this round as well with the M4, but right now he's kind of just sitting towards Hell and waiting.
I was hoping they were going to do an early round lobby crunch. Maybe it could be a mid to late round lobby crunch, because Mongols are staying very stock solid right now. Happy just to play that T default that you mentioned, and PA happy to give them that space. But they could go for that crunch. We've got the MP9 of Infinite close by. 60's gone back to help out outside, though, and I thought he was about to join up with him to go for something like that. And it'd be so hard to use that MP9 effectively at that sort of angle and range.
I actually really like this approach from Mongols in this sort of round, because you and I were suggesting Party Astronauts to try something aggressive, and that's exactly what they were preparing themselves for as well. But now as we reach that 40-second mark, they're going to have to start to make some moves, and that's when the lobby crunch does come through from the CT side. Looking a little bit messy, but Techno will recover, get both the kills and the players coming through from the ramp, and well, at this point, there's nothing that the CT side can do.
60 had a chance at a lineup, but it's only the MP9, and when you get insta-headshot by Xenia, there's nothing you can really do about that. And yeah, I mean, I don't even mind the timing that PA look for, pushing that MP9 through Heart in toward lobby. But even Mongols' patience was the main thing that just stopped that from being a possibility.
I'm right there with you, though. I think it was good timing on the push, because that's exactly when the Mongols were starting to set themselves up for the exec, and that's when you might be able to find a bit of a gap. You know, two players outside lining up utility. Maybe there's a lurker controlling silo. So I do think it was good. Maybe Infinite was like a second or two ahead of the ramp teammates, but either way, the idea was right there, and the execution not far off. But 5-0 start here for the Mongols means that, yeah, Party Astronauts were always going to have a tough time coming into this map, and well, it's getting increasingly difficult as things go on. But here we go, Wolfie looking to make a play with his AWP up close and personal outside. This is what I was hoping to see from him, missing the shot though. And I don't know if he's going to be able to fall back. No, they found him out, and that's the worst possible start here.
Yeah, trying to press the issue, Wolfie, and not allowed to do anything. Mongols will get control outside. Top mini, of course, as well. It's all going to be down to Fang and Infinite. Maybe they're going to go off of a timing that could possibly work for them. One smoke's down. Second one will come through now. And there's only one HG to try and break that open. It's going to be used right now. And there we go. First bit of good team play from PA in this game, it feels like. Getting that nade into position. And even though the Mongols have got down towards Secret, they haven't got down unharmed.
Yeah, it's not like Party Astronauts have the full information as to what's going on, though. So Ben has kind of had to reposition himself, and as a result, they've left some space open towards ramp. Fang is outside, very passive right now, even forced to use a smoke grenade to give himself a little bit of cover.
Ooh.
Yeah, brave stuff coming through from him. And it looks like it is going to be a commitment in towards this B bomb side coming through from the T side. Ben is the only player here right now. Catwalk's good for a kill, but how do you get a multi from this position?
Yeah, this is so difficult. Imzinho can burst through double and have teammates in play very quickly. Senzu given the AWP, of course, on low HP by 9-10, and now it's all down to Ben. He gets one. How much time can he waste? That's a big problem. He gets two, though, and the last player coming in is the low HP Senzu. Really well done from Ben. Absolutely spot on from him, and PA are going to get off the mark on Nuke.
Yeah, Ben was even so calm in that situation as well. A wonderful triple kill coming through from the IGL to lock it down for Party Astronauts. I love the way that he also just steps slightly off of the wall there so that he can catch the player who's pushing through the door. He knows that that entry player has so many different angles to consider, and he wants to force that fight as soon as possible. And then he just slightly repositions himself each time to give himself a favorable gunfight. So great work coming through there from Ben Elite to get his team on the board.
And he's been around for such a long time as well. Loads of experience. Probably one of the main people you would trust, of course, on this team. He's a very selfless player, as the IGL, obviously. Fills gaps on T side and CT spots, usually. Often the second anchor, of course, as well. Tough rolls. And he anchored that lower site very nicely there.
Feels like he's matured quite a lot as well, you know, over the years, stepping into the IGL role now. Good to see that sort of evolution. Of course, something that North America desperately lacks is depth of IGLs. Either way, Wolfie repositions. Ramp is where he finds himself, and a good opening kill coming through from him. Not going to hang around for any more either. Hopefully, the start of something here for Party Astronauts. They look to string some rounds together. Oh my god, Blitz. That is just a wonderful way to get a kill back.
Infinite can't even shoot back. Now Wolfie, if they do go down toward that lower side, it's under a lot of pressure because now Mongols know he's pincered. They know he's going to worry about single door and the ramp area, and he does well to find Blitz, but it's only that one more. 3v3, 60's down to 18 points of health as well, and caught by Imzinho. Another 2 kills from Imzinho in this game. Fang creeping out with the smoke. Oh, it's being watched by Imzinho. That's unbelievable. And Senzu jiggles Ben Leet out of the round. Imzinho just so aware of those eventualities. And he gets another couple of headshots to add to his tally. His percentage, by the way, is unreal. Like 66% headshot.
That is pretty damn impressive, man.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
For a rifler, especially.
Well, I mean...
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For a rifler in tough spots.
Yeah, that makes sense, sure.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Mongols drop around in the 6th, but then win the round immediately afterwards. And you look at the money here for Party Astronauts as well. They don't have enough to reinvest in the next, so they're going to have to settle for an eco. Bit of a half-buy kind of thing, but it's going to be so tough to recover from here if you're Party Astronauts.
Yeah, I mean, often when a team like gets a early like 5-0, as we saw here, sometimes you can be lulled into a full sense of security and just feel like the game's almost like halfway there already, especially in MR12. I've seen many a game be like 7-1, 8-0, and then the half ends 8-4, and suddenly they win the second half pistol, 8-6 or 8-7, and it's very much game on again. You can feel very comfortable sometimes in MR12,
yeah,
and you shouldn't do.
I think that's something that the Mongols are very good at avoiding, though, is just making sure they remain disciplined and they keep focused throughout every single round. Techno with a job to do here. A couple players on the opposite side in Hut. They both have MP9s as well. He's just edging himself slightly further each time he jiggles. And there we go. Push comes through from 60, but just notice how Techno just stays dynamic there. Difficult to track him down, and Senzu gets a great trade. Techno's very good at making sure he gets traded when he goes down as well. Certainly one of his core strengths is his positioning in the gunfights that he takes. Always make sure he's not on an island and just left alone somewhere. And even if he does die, they can make something of his death.
Yeah. Spot on. And right now, it seems very obvious that every single protocol that Mongols have put into play here to avoid what would be ridiculous upset is working very nicely. Bomb will go down, 4v2, Wolfie with that P250, Fang with the M4. It's only going to be a save, and it will be a 7-1 on the board for Mongols.
Mzinho, Techno, Senzu, all with 8 and 9 kills. Blitz slower to start, but that's not a problem. He's actually one of the strongest, I'd say, at Challenger Jönköping, he must be the strongest individual player in terms of IGLs. I don't think there's a stronger fragger in the IGL department.
It's crazy, isn't it?
In this tournament. He is actually their highest rated player at the moment.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable form that they've been on recently. Just the amount of confidence as well that winning a LAN in your home country must do for you. Obviously, we know they backed it up at a bigger tournament in Yellow Campus, but...
Not an S-tier tournament.
There you go. A+.
Yeah, we give him A+.
Sit on the fence.
Sure.
A+.
That's fair enough, I reckon.
But yeah, I think just winning in front of your home crowd. Obviously, there was that really cool address that they did to their home crowd as well after they won, being super fair play about the crowd. Obviously, can occasionally give information, telling them sort of play fair, not to do that. And yeah, I think that's one other thing that we love about their personalities, and make them very easy to root for as well.
There's a few famous moments where you have players from the home country addressing the crowd. I remember when, was it Shox who was being booed, and Taz spoke to the Polish crowd?
Might have been Olaf.
Was it Olaf? All right, yeah, might have been, but it was something similar. Either way, really important round here for Party Astronauts to just get themselves back on track. Wolfie towards Secret finds a kill, wants to fall back. Good decision to jump in the vent there, because if he was being tracked and traced, he wouldn't have made it down the stairs safely. Wolfie has been pretty good at finding some opening kills here with his AWP so far. Man advantage in play, and Infinite's also been able to take some space. So actually one of the better positions Party Astronauts have been in these past few rounds. And he's going to actually continue to aggress here as well. Maybe overextend slightly, but the trades are fantastic.
Yeah, Techno just edged in front of that smoke ever so slightly to make sure he gets that trade immediately once that smoke came in. But yeah, really nice pre-aim to deal with the top ladder player in lobby. Now it is Mzinho with these spicy headshots.
Got the bomb, by the way. A little bit of time to work with. If he can find this kill on 60, then that really does increase his chances of making something happen. But 60's played this so smart. Really good reposition coming through from him, tucking himself in the corner. And that's a fantastic triple kill out of 60. That's certainly going to boost his confidence and settle the nerves as well. Yep,
3 of his 4 kills in that round. And we know 60 is a very aggressive player. He's been putting great numbers in North America, of course, regionally in these online cups, of which PA have played so much of recently, of course. A little period the other day where I think they had Thunderpick World Championship, they had some CCT playoffs, they had the Blast qualifier as well, all of those. And it's very hard to keep track of where it's going to go. And it's also hard to keep track of Techno. He's down the vents already. Senzi's got an opening already, and 60 tries to peek into the fire toward Hell, and, well, as it sounds like, that's not a good idea.
Sounds like Techno's just operating at 300 beats per minute right now, man. He is on a burner, and he's going to find the kill here as well. Full control gained, and looks like it's going to be a flash in the pan for Party Astronauts again. They win a round and then lose a round straight afterwards. Wolfie will finish off what he had started on Senzu, but it's just a consolation kill, just to ensure he can carry his weapon through. And I was going to make a point that I feel like PA have to win all 3 rounds left in this first half, but that's not an option anymore. And I mean, that means Mongols already have a bare minimum of 8 on their T side. We know how strong they are on the CT side of this map as well. So it's going to be incredibly difficult, if not borderline impossible, for PA to recover from 8-2 down.
Yeah, it feels like... Oh, they're going to go for the hunt as well on Wolfie, of course. They've got so much cash to burn. Woo! Wolfie's going to try his best, blinded up, but of course 9-10 finishes it off. Nothing to say for PA. And yeah, I mean, it feels like every single protocol that Mongols have put in place, they lose one round, they go to a different strategy, and it works straight away. It feels like everything in their playbook hasn't gone awry at all.
Yep. Wolfie looked a little bit chilly there, just rubbing his hands together.
Yep.
I mean, is he not like also half Swedish? I know he's got an American flag on HLTV, but He had a time where he was playing with Ecstatic. I'm sure he's got like some Swedish roots, does Wolfie?
Yeah, I
think
believe
he
so.
used to have a Swedish flag on HLTV, so a bit of a home event for him in a way, if I'm not mistaken.
His last name is Anderson.
Well, there we go.
With 2 S's, of course, as well. That just tells.
Otherwise, it would be English, right?
Maybe.
All right, well, it is an investment here from the CT side, and Sixy has been able to push his way forward, but Blitz is considering everything at this point. You've got to wake up early in the morning to catch Blitz off guard, man, that's for sure. Fully dialed in right now, man advantage for Mongols here as well.
Yeah, every eventuality is being caught by Mongols, as you'd expect. It's been so solid recently, and a joy to watch. And Party Astronauts, ooh, Infinite. Maybe they know that he's there now because of that smoke catching him in the chest. That could be pretty awkward, and yeah, it all will just be cleared out. Bentley tries his best to fight from the heavens, but only one more. And that is 9-2 for the Mongols. Everything that possibly could go wrong for PA, it feels like has. They've had a couple of good rounds, as we've said, to try and answer back, but that smoke just smacking Infinite in the chest obviously would have created a sound cue that would have given Mongols the idea exactly where he was and hard cleared once they realized it.
It feels like Infinite's just had a pretty unfortunate half so far. You know, a couple things just not going his way. Started off with the pistol round where he had that beautiful position, completely undetected, 2 players lined up, and he wanted to go for a bit more. Probably just trying to process how he wanted to get the kills either way. Last round of this first half is upon us. Party Astronauts need to collect a third here. And, well, they will get the opening frag. Fang's going to be able to get out of dodge as well. That's normally the problem with the red container is sure you can get a kill, but once they know you're there, it's very tough to get out alive. But he's done that, so nice advantage now for the CT side to try and make this round work.
Bentley on the headshot angle, waiting for the information. Oh, he's going to go aggressive for it, and he actually only gets damage. It's Wolfie with the scout to take him Xenio, but no more than that. Thankfully, the Mongols, they managed to trade their way through, but look at the health on Techno. Quite literally, a tickle would take him down. And in this 3 versus 3, they're going to get an after plant on this site. We know how hard it is to retake. PA are kitless in this one.
Yeah, and utility-less as well. So they're going to have to try and get it done with the gunfights alone. They're grouped up with 2 of the 3 players in towards control room. They're trying to buy time here for 60. They're trying to take the attention away from Ramp, and it looks like they might have done exactly that. Really good team play coming through from them. Senzu's low. There's no way he gets the kill, and 60 ensures the frag will be found, and Mongols are committed to the bomb site here as well, and it's going to be 60 who leaps onto 9-10. Techno will go down as well. Very good retake coming through from PA. I think they've just got it, mate. It's going to be close, but surely they deserve this. They need this, and they have got it as well. Third round on the board. Only just. We're going to throw this one to a quick break, and when we come back, it's the second half of Nuke.
9-3, and it feels pretty free for the Mongols. Very, very comfortable for them early doors. Party Astronauts had a few flashes in the pan, but the expected winners are on that track at the moment, and my pick for the whole thing. So right now, I'm on track.
Feeling pretty good, are you? Listen, I don't think that this was the defining result, but as long as you're confident, that makes me happy. Mongols will be very confident to finish off proceedings here if they win the pistol round. The job is as good as done. Means it's a must-win pistol round here for Party Astronauts. Got some utility. No upgraded pistol, interestingly enough. Normally you see a P250 sense outside, trying to see if we can find a gunfight, maybe a kill, but PA have another plan in mind, but everyone has a plan until they get blitzed in the face.
2 guns are better than 1. Blitz will get another. Techno's dualies will chime off as well. Can't make it a second. Wolfie's going to try his best with this one. 1v3, they're going to leap down for him. He's going to get absolutely swarmed, and he can't hit the heads. And Zenio takes it, and that is one more step closer.
Probably the final step, man. I mean, what do PA even do here? They're going to have to eco. Surely you don't go for the force buy when you're down 10-3. You need to guarantee yourself at least 1 full buy round before your opponents get to match points. So I think you just full save here as that T side and look to try and make something happen in the gun round. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine that Fang and Wolfie have picked up Desert Eagles. I honestly think going into that gun round, you need absolutely everything. You need those flashes, you need the smoke as well. That extra $700 that they've spent here would go a long way in subsidizing the util in the next round. And if they don't get even at least 1 kill here, then that extra upgraded pistol could really come back to haunt them. I think in a situation like this, you don't have the luxury to go for the upgraded pistol. Wolfie's already on the deck, and there's that 700 investment down. So,
yeah.
Well, there we go. Fang, go off, lad. That's it.
Let's find a way to prove Matt wrong. Only temporarily. He's right about most things.
Keyword being most.
Mid-air MP9 from Techno, leaping his way in towards 60, takes him down comfortably, and now it's all down to this Fang Deagle pretty much. And as you say, considering you're so far behind, I feel like it's just so important to get everything you want on the gun round. That is not what they're going to have, sadly.
Yeah, I think, like, in order to justify it, you need to have got like a multi-kill in the pistol round, because then you kind of earned the upgraded pistol. They both got 1 frag in the pistol, so either way, 11-3. And look at the util now on Wolfie and Fang. If you add $700 there, then they've basically got a full belt. So they're very light. They've prioritized the smoke grenades. That makes sense. Only 2 mollies, though, make it pretty difficult to clear out some corners or pop into the A bomb site if that's the plan. But no 2 ways about it, Trav. No way to hide if you're Party Astronauts. You have to win this round.
Indeed. And the Mongols are going to be closing in on their 7th in a row as well on Nuke. We saw them put it to amazing use in the Yellow Compass event, beating Astralis and an IP on it, of course, in the final as well. The Astralis semi-final was one to remember. I had a great joy watching that one and really put them even more on the map than they were already, managing to take that tournament.
Yeah, certainly a happy hunting ground for Mongols, and it's gotten better as time's gone on. Blitz catches Fang off with the position Fang tried to use in that first gun round, so bit of a taste of his own medicine in a way there. Notice how Blitz has the support, though, from Senzu. Oh, it's 9-10, rather, just to make sure that Mini was also covered. And now Blitz will be able to get himself out safely as well. So Party Astronauts, they've got a smoke and a flash here to try and find a way to get across the line here in the round. And Blitz is just making a nuisance of himself right now, man. Just, I'm here loud and proud and making sure they don't come in his direction.
Just suffocation from the Mongols toward the Party Astronauts, and it's not going to be a party, sadly, for them in this opening Beer 1 of Jönköping. Mongols are just so solid on this map. 60 tries to do something cheeky, going through that smoke, of course. You have to, when you're low, maybe take a bit of the distraction away from where the player's coming in elsewhere. That's what it will do. They do have ramp control, but Mongols are smartly not fighting for it until there are more than a couple of players in play for it. Look at this, there's still one more player to worry about. It is Menzinho, and he runs down Wolfie with the FAMAS. Another headshot to add to his tally, and Mongols are 1 away.
Yeah, we were kind of questioning what the Mongols were going to be like coming into the tournament as favorites. And I mean, they've started very well. Of course, they do have a relatively easy opening match compared to some of the other teams in the tournament. But they've just picked up here where they left off from the Yellow Compass. And they'll be very happy with the level they've brought to the tournament here, at least in the early stages. And I'm just mean in terms of like the protocols we're seeing from them, the responses, the way that they're going through the motions. You know, the trades have been very good. They've looked efficient with how they've gone about their business so far. And we will have a bit of a pause here. I think Party Astronauts are having more than just tech issues at the moment.
Yeah. Sadly, it's one of the most frustrating times for a slight issue, of course. You know the game's basically done. You can't think that way, of course, but in your heart of hearts, you'll know it. I mean, we've been speaking up Mongols a lot. I mean, we know Party Astronauts, probably alongside Alliance, are the biggest underdogs in this event. I would actually rate PA a little bit higher than Alliance at the moment, genuinely.
I wouldn't. I'd go the opposite direction.
I don't know. I feel like PA right now are doing really good regionally, and I feel like Alliance aren't doing good anywhere, and that's the main problem. But obviously, as the hometown heroes for Alliance, I hope they perform well.
Yeah. The problem is we might not even get to be proven right or wrong because they're in opposite groups and they could just be eliminated in the group stage. So could be hypotheticals either way. PA set themselves up for a burst towards the A bomb site, but Techno's burst their heads wide open. And he's going to continue to aggress here as well. PA can't even get into the motion of this execute because they've just been, well, demolished, steamrolled, and there we go. Jobs as good as done.
Yeah, Bentley is lost alive with the Tech 9. It ain't gonna happen. Mongols kick off Jönköping with a comfortable victory, and that is totally as we expected as well. I mean, PA at the end there, they were just peaking one by one, and you can't really do that at this level.
Yeah, it took them 16 rounds to finish off that first game of the day. And that is certainly a good way for them to get off the mark here. Will give them some confidence. And I mean, like